Hey, I'm Captain Clever, and this is a video tutorial detailing how to speedrun Commander Keen, Episode 5, the Armageddon Machine. This is a continuation from Episode 4, Secret of the Oracle, and so it's just kind of a continuation of that plot. We gotta go save the galaxy, blah blah blah. We're playing in DOSBox version 0.74 on max 100% cycles. It's, you know, the typical stuff. If you have a later version, I recommend you use it. Keen 5, unlike, say, Keens 1, 4, and Dreams, is something that you do have to purchase or, you know, legally own. So you'll have to get that from, you know, Steam or Apogee or anything like that. Not sure. You can, if you search online, I'm sure you can find it. So let's go ahead and get started. We're playing this in version 1.4, and because it's a game you can only purchase, I would be surprised if you didn't have version 1.4. But so far as I know, there aren't any differences between the versions that would affect this run. So let's go ahead and get started then. As usual, if you want to change controls, you can just go over here. And as usual, my controls are a bit different from what the starting is, which I believe is this. But most notably, I switched the pogo and fire buttons around. But that's just what I got used to when I was growing up, so that's what I do. Play as you find yourself comfortable playing. It's as simple as that. I will have the controls on the screen for you to notice, so let's begin. And the first thing you'll notice is we're on this cool space station and stuff. This game is much shorter than Keen 4 was. It is in fact the second shortest run of the entire series, and that's because of one massively game-breaking glitch that we will go over as we enter this first level. So welcome to the Ion Ventilation System, which is a special level, a special first level, in that it's the only level in the Keen series that makes you go up, down to up, you know, from the beginning of the game. I guess the first level. Most of the levels are just like horizontal or something, but this one's vertical. I just like that for it. But this isn't about game design, this is about speedrunning. So let's talk about glitches. The glitch in this game is relatively simple, in fact, and it uses this guy called the Little Ampton here, who, well, he kills us if he's on the pole and he's going up and down. Oh, dude, he got far up there. Come on, get back over here. Come on. Oh, he's going up again. Man, he is just wasting my time. But that's okay. The glitch is known as the Shelly Door Trick because that's the first creature that kind of made use of it. But you can in fact use Little Amptons as well to make it work out. And all you have to do to make this trick work... At this rate, I'm just going to start over again. All you have to do to make this trick work is to get this Little Ampton to push you off of the pole as you're standing on it. But not enough to actually get you killed. Like, for instance, right now, yeah, he would in fact kill me. But what if he doesn't kill us? What if we just get off of the pole and then just keep walking? Dude, not cool. Fine, whatever. We'll do it from here. And then we keep walking. And let's go ahead and finish the level. I'll talk a bit about speed stuff after we show off this glitch. But for the most part, you just go up, you kill these guys as you go. When it comes to impossible pogo tricking, you want to make sure that you actually impossible pogo trick or IPT onto this platform. If you do not quite make it, you will have to grab the ledge. Let me just show off the maximum pogo height, in fact, and yeah, it doesn't quite reach. Okay, so now we're gonna just go through the store and exit the level, right? Well, it's slightly different from what you would expect. In fact, well, I will show at a later point what you're supposed to do when you just go out, but needless to say, this is not where you would expect to go out, especially if you've seen and played this game. The reason we're here is because of the glitch of just simply the Little Ampton pushing us off the pole. And in fact, if we touch a pole at that point, we won't. The glitch will be gone. Now, the theory I have for this is we can kind of see it if we go ahead into the level where we're actually supposed to reach this special area. So let me just turn on a few cheats to make it easy to just go to this area. No point in using saves when we know how to just break everything. Okay. So, this is where we're actually supposed to wind up. Or, this is the door that leads us to where we ended up. And you'll notice that the portal here is lower than the normal doors. My theory is that Keen's height is shifted in a way that's somewhat unnoticeable when, say, you have that Little Ampton push you off of the pole there, and it just kind of makes this undetectable change that realigns yourself. Whoops, that aligns yourself with the the door kind of strangely. And you notice you can't even go through this. This is completely solid. So when we go through this, it looks much like what just happened, although much more naturally because we're actually going through a teleporter. And then we wind up out here. And I mean, as for precisely why, I'm just guessing that there's some weird interaction going on that causes Keen's height to shift imperceptibly, and by doing so, it just allows us to treat any door that we're going through as if it's that special secret exit that we just used. So let's go ahead and show this off again, and I'll go through some speed stuff here. Minus the very first one, we'll get to that in a moment. Dude, he's not being nice at all. But you can do this from any of them. You can do it from there, or anything like that. If you do touch a pole, though, you lose that effect, and I'll prove that by going through the level and then not going through it correctly. So this is a little tech you can do. If you use an impossible pogo trick just before you fall off, you will make it all the way up there. And from here, you just want to go up, shoot that guy. What are they called? The Sparky, who's over here, can often get in the way when you're first coming up here. And if you're not hugging the left wall when he's approaching, you will probably get killed. So you have to learn how to jump up here, hug the wall, and then shoot him as you come up. And there you go. As for the rest, we can just jump up, shoot, etc. There we go. Great. And yeah, so it didn't work because I touched the pole. Now, for the 6-second coin flip, as I like to call it, what you want to do is you want to jump up to this 3 times, and then hopefully he's turning left. Huh, he didn't actually kill me because I guess I fell off. But we want to just wait until he turns left and not right. And when we do so, we can just continue on. Yeah, so right there, he was on the very left. If I was not hugging the wall, he would have killed me. So, and then up you go, and you finish the level. That was pretty ideal for a first level, as far as it goes. If that little Ampton goes right, you just got to start over. But it's a lot less frustrating than going through the run 20-25 seconds in, like in Keen 4, and finding that the slug is going in the wrong direction. Unfortunately, we have more frustrating RNG later in the run, but at least we can take care of that one immediately. Let's move on to the next level. As you can see, we just kind of get started right away. But this is the secret level of Keen 5. A lot of people probably haven't even seen this level, even if they've played this game, because the secret isn't that easy to get to. I would say it's the hardest of the 3. This one doesn't really have that much of a hint, unlike the other 2. Or in Keen 6, where it can be obvious enough if you just sit on the overworld long enough. Anyway, this level takes forever, but it doesn't because there's a secret exit to the secret level, and it starts by going up here. We need to reach that little platform just above us, but we have to do so with a very precise jump here. So this is something that you'll only get after mountains of practice. But once you do, it's not too bad, and up you go. And I would recommend using an impossible pogo jump to get up there. You're not going to make it with a regular jump, so far as... I don't think I've tried, but... I'm not even making the jump without a pogo. There we go, yeah. So you don't quite make it without a pogo jump. So I would recommend an IPT just to get up there. And there you go. So at this point, all we have to do is break the fuse here and exit the level. Now, we're going to need ammo when we get to the last level, which is coming up real soon. But when we get it, or, well, since we need ammo, we can get it from here, or we can get it from the last level itself. It's really up to you whether or not you want to get it from one location or another. I generally recommend it from here, and my main reason is that even though it might take a little bit less time to get the ammo in the other spot, by that point the enemies have started moving around a lot, and it can be a little more complicated to actually defeat them in a timely fashion. So if you have the ammo available, you can start shooting them, and you can get yourself in a better position for when they start moving around. So from here, all we have to do is pogo on this thing and we exit the level. Fun fact, on easy difficulty, you don't actually gain enough speed to break that fuse unless you use some very special like timing and using the gun to restore your gravity momentarily and stuff. Basically, on easy difficulty, your gravity's less, so you fall slower and you'll accelerate slower. Anyway. Just a little tip there. That's why we don't play this on easy for the most part. We play this on normal difficulty. You could theoretically get a better time on easy, but man, I would not want to keep trying for that trick on easy difficulty, that's for sure. It seems to almost dependent on just the circumstances of the very beginning of the game, like just the memory as it starts up, but I can't. It's sub-frame for sure. And that sucks. Which is why we don't care about it in RTA. We don't want to worry about it. Now, the most important part of that glitch that we do in the first level is that by going to the secret level, when we exited on the overworld, we're magically on top of the entire game. And in fact, I think at this point, I could just like go through the rest of the game. And this is where we originally were. Right over. Oh, that was funky. But yeah, we can just explore the rest of it. These things are available to us because we unlocked them from the other side. Normally, you're not allowed to get up to this section until you completed every level in the previous one. But because they just teleported us up straight here, assuming we had already beaten the second last level, we're just able to do it. So we've skipped, I don't know, I usually say 4/5 of the game, and that's close to accurate. So yeah, I guess we're going through. On to the second last level. This level is really short. If you recall from Keen 4, we did death exits, or if you recall from Keen Dreams, we did death exits. We're gonna do a death exit here, and it's pretty simple. All we have to do is wind up in this corner here, and then get ourselves bonked by this guy. Whoop! Come on, up we go. Can we? Come on, I can hit this guy. Do I have? Oh, I had God mode on. Huh. All right, great. Sorry about that. Pretty sure I don't have any other cheats on. Yeah, okay, we should be fine. I don't think that was affecting anything. Unfortunately, that does bring my credibility into question on that very first level, but I'll show that off. Hopefully I can show it off when we go through the run in full. Anyway, we just do the death exit right here. Keen is halfway between the level and that's visible and not, and then we just exit the level. So there we go. That level otherwise takes like a minute and a half, so that would suck, but okay, great. Let's move on to the final level, and this is really the only level that we play in full. The first level, I guess we did play in full, but we used it as a means to skip a bunch of other levels. The secret level, we skipped everything to just go through the secret exit. And the second last level, just use a quick little glitch to skip it in its entirety. So let's move on to the Quantum Explosion Dynamo, which is what it actually says right up here in standard galactic alphabet. So welcome to Quantum Explosion Dynamo. I'm just going to put a quick save here. Just, I don't know, just in case. But this level's a pain. This is a key collectathon. We have to grab all 4 keys and then make our way to the end of the level and then finish it up. But there's a lot of parts, so we're going to start going over them. The first major section that we have to worry about that is RNG heavy in so many ways is this right here, the dog pit. I was rather lucky. I would say it's about a 50-50 chance whether or not that you get into this pit without dying. And then there are 7 Shikati here. If you recall, I mentioned ammo. You can get the ammo over here. The reason I recommend getting the ammo in the other location, even though this one might be slightly faster, is that these guys start moving around a lot, but if you fall down and then immediately start going to the right, they're usually in a good order that you can just start shooting them from this location here. And they're nicely spaced out and stuff. If you wait too long, they'll start going in the other direction by then, and that's no good. Come on. I wouldn't recommend chasing them around. If they waste enough time, you've probably just lost time. You could try to just shoot them from here, but I would generally not recommend going up there until all of them are killed. You might get some luck out of one, or if you're really, really daring, like 2 of them left. But it would be suicide, I guess, just to go up there until most of them were killed, if not all of them, which I always go for all of them. Anyway, we grab this blue key. The reason we do this, you can actually go around all these guys through that route way over there, but that is incredibly circuitous, and it takes like, I don't know, 40-45 seconds to get around. It's much faster to use the dog pit. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a 3-minute run rather than a 2:30. So from here, and we no longer need ammo whatsoever, so it doesn't really matter if you expend all your bullets there. From here, we're going to go up. Oh, come on. These have to be impossible Pogo Trick jumps. The third one rather doesn't. And then we just go up here and up to, okay, great. and we just got to press this switch. You'll notice the guy on the right, or the left, excuse me. You can just barely see him, but he's there. That is the Shikati Master. We'll probably have to deal... Okay, well, I guess he was nice. I'll have to try to show that off in some way, but the fact that he teleported is a good thing. I'll have to show what happens when he doesn't teleport, but... usually... Dang, these things are usually in a better order than this. It depends on how you approach certain sections and how they come on screen and stuff. It has to do with that whole de-animation bit. But you don't want them in this order, because this is the hardest to kind of get through. It's not too bad, I guess. If you knew he was on, if he was down there, and then you just kind of jumped, well, man, I don't know. How would I approach this? I guess if he was down, I would just go through and then probably grab the key as I was falling. All right. I mean, I haven't gone into incredible details in this run. I ended up with a super duper lucky dog pit, and then just kind of left it at that. One day I'll probably come back to this and improve my time, but currently it's more like a 2:15 when it could be a 2:10. So, all right, yeah, Keen shrugging. I know. Let's get on with it. These things are usually in a good position for you to just kind of pogo. They will only, and I'll just show this off. They will only hurt you when they are appearing, well, when it's at the very top of the screen, and also just as it's starting to head back in the other direction. So yeah, you'll notice that I am safe for that first approaching frame. So that's only if you're really daring, of course, but if you find the right timing, you can just kind of get through this without any trouble. 2 pogo jumps. We want to do an impossible pogo jump up here, and then a quick jump to land in this area, then another impossible pogo jump or trick and a jump to get up to this one. Now for these guys. These are Shikati. They shoot electricity up the poles. Just make sure you don't get touched by it. There's 2 ways you can approach this section. I'll try to show off both real quick. The first is to land... Well, I usually do it from the 4th pole, but... you just kind of aim for this little cubby hole here, at which point the Shikati will probably not get to you. If they're on the very right edge, though, they will hit you as you're falling down there. But otherwise, you'll just make your impossible pogo trick up, and then you're good to go. The second way, and slightly safer, is to simply just grab it from the pole and continue your way up. I haven't actually timed which is faster. I kind of assume that it's faster to just use the impossible pogo trick, because you get a lot of speed and you get a lot of distance going up. I think in the long run it doesn't matter too much, but and the main problem with taking what I would call the safe approach is that there's a chance that you'll not grab the gem and you'll have to go back and get it. But we just jump up here, and we actually have all 4 keys at this point. We grabbed the first one at the dog pit, second one near that Shikati Master teleporter dude, the third one in the stupid, I believe they're called spindrids, the spinning top red and blue things, and the 4th one just now. So we got 1, 2, 3. Much like the special hazards from before, these things won't hurt you until they're at the very edge, or like at the very full wide position. So you can actually stand in them before they're at that point and also after that point. Much like that. I'm just gonna try to... But yeah. So you can get through this section. Whoa, okay, that didn't work out clearly. But come on. You can get through this section pretty quick, as long as you know that. So that's cool. And there's the Shikati Master. Let's see if I can goad him into actually teleporting up back here. I'd prefer that he was, although he'll probably be in a bad position. So never mind. We'll take a look at it later. This is the Quantum Explosion Dynamo, and this is what we have to destroy in order to win the game. We can't shoot it at it. No amount of bullets will actually break this thing. We can't pogo on it. This would have been alluded to if we had played through the rest of the game. There are a few, I forget the exact name, but there's a number of machines that you can break, much like we did on the fuse at the secret level. There were fuses that we could pogo through to break in those levels. But this thing is impenetrable in that regard. So what we have to use is the debris from a Shikati mine, which is accessible using the 4th and final gem here. Alright. So I'm going to try to grab 2 of them. The second one's probably coming. But there are 2 ways to approach this. The first is the fastest. It is the quick kill. and you'll have to stand at the very edge here and then make your pogo jump and then hope that the debris lands. I find that if you're consistent in your movement at the right frame and stuff, the debris will consistently go in the right direction, but it is dependent on frames and stuff, so you won't always get it. But there we go, and that broke it. And actually, when it breaks is GG. That's when you would hit time. I'm not going to let that continue because that'll activate the endgame cut sequence, and we don't care about that right now. But yes, the reason I'm approaching it in this manner, note that if it gets close enough, it'll just explode flat out, and it just kills me right there. What you can do to trick it to keep moving, and I'll try to show off otherwise, like, for instance, he'll just be right in front of me, and then he'll explode. But if we can keep him moving to the left, and he prioritizes going left and right over up and down, if we just stay to his very left, we can just keep him moving. Otherwise, if we stop, he'll eventually start going down and then try to explode. So we don't want any of that. Instead, we just land here, and then as he approaches, and then we can even keep with the beat of the music. Anyway. And then you hope that that works out. And like I said, I believe that if you're yeah, so he's gonna move in a weird way right now, but that's okay, because this lets me show off the safe strat. Shikati mine right here. If you just as he approaches the platform, you can just fall down here, and there's pretty much no way to die at that point. Just don't look up. If you're too far looking up, as soon as you exit the screen when you're dead, the game will say, "Oh, you died." But if the game ends before it can confirm that you died, then you're fine. So, all right. So let's just show off that bit again. Like I said, if you're consistent on the quick kill, you will be consistent on the quick kill. I don't think there's enough randomness. And of course, if you mess it up, you can just go for the safe strat at that point. But let me just try to show this off once again. So, and down we go. Try to get as very close to the edge as possible. Ah, he still didn't get it. Oh, okay, he was not looking nice at all. But whatever. Okay, let's try to go through this level again. Now, the fast way to go through this level is to actually ignore the dogs at first and make your way up to this platform, because you just barely make this platform cycle if you go up fast. And by doing so, you'll save potentially as much as that full cycle, which could be, you know, something like 3 to 4 seconds. So now we have to deal with the dog pit, and hopefully it's in a good position. And it was. Wow, this would be a good one. Try to shoot these guys as you approach, and then just keep rapid firing. And if you notice, they're all in kind of a pretty nice location there. Unfortunately, they did group up randomly at the bit, but we can just shoot until we're done. They take 2 shots apiece, so minimally you need 14 shots. Man, that stupid thing. And I'll just keep moving. Alright, and these guys are in a much better, you know, position or whatever. Just go through there. Nice. Well, we can do this again. The nice thing about saving right there is that they're pretty consistent coming back. They grouped up again. Okay, but this one takes 2. Oh, there was 3 left. Man, come on. See, you might think it's like you want to move around, but no, just wait for them. Just wait for them. Okay. On to the third. These should be in the same movement. Great. Can't believe I messed up an IPT like that. Alright, great. Up we go. Once again. Unfortunately, there is like a bit of width to this pole, so you do have to be careful about lining this up directly on the pole. But let's go for the fast strat. I'm daring. Great. Okay. He has to be at the very edge there. Notice that he was shooting electricity up that pole, and we were still safe. So, and now we go over here. Ooh, I almost made that. Dang it. Okay, whatever. We'll try this again. No bad. No harm, no foul. Except I totally messed it up. Dude, come on. Get over there. Okay, great. That was pretty fast, I have to say. But yes, you'll want to start by going to, I guess, is it the green key? I think it's the green key first. And then to the dog pit. And that means that you'll be getting more out of... Dang it. Come on, let's show this off. Ah. Not easy to get those, I guess. Alright. Oh, and then we got hit by the Shikati. Perhaps I should be saving it a little bit later there. Keep messing this up. Yeah, if they all walk there, it kind of works out perfectly. But If they start jumping around, they can bunch up and you won't be able to shoot fast enough to deal with them all. Alright. Let's keep going. Maybe I'll actually get this correct this time. There we go. Oh, and yeah, so he was in the way. That sucked. Let's just go safe strat in this. Ah, really? Mess it up. Okay, whatever. It's something to practice for sure. And now let's move on. 1, 2, 3. Fourth one as we go to the cube. I know I can make this, yeah. If you go fast enough, you can just make that. Please tell me you're still here. Okay, great. Don't teleport, thanks. Because you want him to teleport, but I have to show you why we want him to teleport. Okay, so. Welcome to the Shikadi Master. This guy's a pain in the butt. You'll notice that I can, like, perfectly stand here, but I only have this 1 pixel to land here. And if I'm a little bit off, he will just... I'm landing pretty well. Did he actually move? I want to say he moved a little bit. Anyway, he has a few things he can do. He can teleport, he can fake teleport, which means that he does the teleport motion but instead stands still. And he can also shoot at you, so that's no good either. But when he teleports, he will get away from that position, and ideally you just want him away. Because if you recall for the quick kill... Would you cut that out? If you recall for the quick... Man, he's just waiting. He's sniping. Okay. If you recall for the quick kill, I actually fall down right where that Shikadi Master is. So that's really no good. So it's rather difficult to try for a quick kill when you're doing it like this. Oh, didn't quite get it. And he teleported anyway, so that was cool. But for the most part, you just want him to teleport, and if he doesn't, you just kind of get boned like this. I would generally recommend, if he shows up like this, to unless you're going for like super record strats. Thank you. Would you? Man, he is. This is what you have to deal with when you run this game. Of course, if he's in the way, you usually just reset. When I used to run this game, you would just reset if that Shikadi Master was in the way for more than a couple seconds. But you can get past him. We just haven't really looked much into detouring around him in that event. But you can deal with this. Normally I'll just do a maximum IPT when I go for the quick kill, but you can just like very carefully, and there we go. So you can just barely make that. I think I got hit by one of the debris, so... But it's possible. It's possible to do that with the Shikadi Master in the way. It's just, it's a lot more challenging, and unfortunately it can be difficult to practice because, you know, you have to get the luck just to set that up in the first place and stuff. But okay, that's the game. And now I will go through a quick run just to show it off, and it's full. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I spent a lot on that last level, but the last level is where a lot of things happen. So let's get ready on our timer. Time actually starts as soon as you start moving, so let's go. And I'm not going to go for the 6-second coin flip because that's, you know, going to go for a little bit more consistent strategies. Did I actually, hold on, let's find out if that worked out. And yeah, I don't have God mode on, that still worked great. Proof of ability to do. Okay, good, so I did get that. I wasn't sure at first. Sometimes it doesn't quite feel like you made it. I usually like to get past that stupid Carathian by just pogoing the instant I get into the level. But yeah, that's not too big of a deal. Second try ain't bad. Alright, and up we go. You have to impossible Pogo Trick up here. Nothing short of IPT will do. And now we go, straight on. And we do this level. This level I think can be finished in like 3 jumps and a fall. 1, 2, 3. You want to go up the incline because that's slightly faster. Hit the death exit, and off we go. And finishing those first 3 in 52 seconds is pretty good. You actually want to get to this level by more like 50, 51, 52. I'm going to just... Oh, dang it! I had that opportunity and I didn't fall when I thought I was going to. But since I'm going for one straight run through, I'm just going to go for the dog pit first, because I don't want to go for the platform, save the game, and find out that it's completely impossible to get past that particular dog pit setup. Okay, great. So that's all 7. And now up we go. You'd want to get to this gem. Well, it depends on when you're, you know, if you're doing platform first or not. So, yeah. Can't really say there. I can say that a pretty good time for this run is something like a 2:30, but 2:15 is the closer to the current record. And, okay, he teleported out of the way, which is ideal. Sometimes he teleports so fast, though, that he will actually get in your way when you're trying to get back down. And you don't want that, but if you can find a way to get past it, great. Didn't quite IPT that full. Okay, there we go. Oh, man, these guys. Just gonna go for safe, because if you know they're approaching from the left by the way that you see the electricity move, you can just go for it, but pretty sure I can make this. Yep, just fine. I'm gonna be careful on that one, but you can also make it past that. You can just go straight through and there's no problems. But yes, if you can see the Shikadi approaching by the way that they're making the lightning shoot up, you can know whether or not you'll be safe, and you can go for the daring strat or not. Alright, so let's go for the quick kill. And, oh, so close. Alright, so we didn't get that. We'll bring it back with a safe strat. And that's the reason I continuously approach the Shikadi mines there. Because I just like to wrangle in two, because if the first one doesn't take, I just like to be able to finish the run with the second one. But okay, more like a 3-minute run when you have to do this. If you go for a safe strat, yeah, and time goes as soon as that starts to break. If you go for the safe strat immediately, I think you only lose 10 seconds, but if you fail the quick kill and have to go for the safe strat, it's really more like 20 at that point. So yeah. So that's Commander Keen Episode 5. Under 3 minutes is pretty good. 2:30 is what you should be looking for as a good time, and you know, sub 2:20 is where you're starting to reach record-like levels. I think, honestly, a 2:05 might be possible with optimal randomness in the way we go. The task run, I think, in RTA timing is just under 2 minutes, so so it's still somewhat off of that, but they also go through the dog pit in the craziest way possible. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this run. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see some runners for this game. So until next time, till we meet again, have a good one, and take care.